Guys, Max here from Max Talks Cars, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the Kia EV6. Now, the last video I did on the Kia EV6, which I'll link in the description, went down really well where an owner reviewed the car. So I thought I'd make a bit more content on it, and in this video we're going to be talking about the best prices that you can get the Kia EV6 for if you want to lease one. Now, I love leasing because it negates the need for you to have to worry about negative equity. Often the prices are cheaper than what you can get at a dealership, and you just have a fixed amount to pay, an initial rental, and simply hand the car back at the end. So the site that I like to use is Lease Loco. I'll link all of the deals that I show you in today's video in the description as well, so you can check that out whenever you want to. But what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and click find a deal, and we're just going to go ahead and type in the Kia EV6. Now, this is a great car. Like I said, I know someone who has it. They did a review on it. It's a lovely looking car, beautiful looking car, in fact. And if we look at Teslas as well, which we'll do later in this video, it's actually much cheaper per month than the likes of a Tesla Model Y. So it comes in a lot of different specs. The Air spec is one of the lowest specs. The GT line, which you can see here, second one down, is one of the top specs. And then you also have a GT line S, which you see here, the one I'm hovering over. And so we're going to explore all the prices and show you how cheap you can get this car. Now, let's start first with personal leasing. So this is for people who don't have a company, who are just an individual purchasing this car. The cheapest that you can really get this car for is this Air model. It's a 5-door auto. It is only rear-wheel drive. So for those of you who want a 4-wheel drive, this isn't the car for you, but it is fully electric. And as we can see from the deal here, you can get it for £402.77 per month with a total upfront of just under 3,800. Now, that is if we go in to review the deal on a certain term. So that's 9 months up front with a 3-year term. But of course, you can play around with these figures. If I put this to 4 years, you can see it does reduce it ever so slightly to £400 rather than 402. So maybe you would want to do it over 3 years. But you can also increase the amount that you put in up front, which, as you can see, increases the initial deposit but does lower the monthly price. So it depends on what you prefer, to have a lower monthly budget or to have a higher upfront cost. Now, what we can also do is we can change the annual mileage. So you can change this to 8,000 or 10,000 or whatever it is you want to. Just in case you go over that, you do have to pay an excess per mile. That is the difference to PCP. Every mile you go over, you do have to pay extra. But yeah, this car is a lovely looking car. Let's go ahead and look at the pictures. It's great from all angles. Like I said, I've done a review on this. The one that I reviewed was the GT Line S in white. Beautiful interior, loads and loads of funky features. It even on the GT Line S goes backwards and forwards if you press a button on the key. It's got indicators in the cockpit, which I've also done a video on, but it's just a lovely looking car all round. So that's the first one, the Air. If you want to go a spec up and go for the GT line, which is an automatic car, and it's also 4-wheel drive, you do have to pay a bit more monthly and also upfront. That would be £445 a month with £5,500 upfront. But of course, you see here the difference between this deal, the 445, and the one below it is, even though they're both GT lines, the second one down is rear-wheel drive, which is why it is slightly cheaper. But let's go into this one again. So the car details, a great car, 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds. It's absolutely rapid. A combined range of 195 miles. You're not really going to need to go any further than that unless you're driving on long distances, and I wouldn't really advise you getting this car. But that's the GT line. And then if we move down to the GT line S, again, if you want to get the 4-wheel drive, you are going to pay significantly more than that Air that I showed you, almost £100 more a month and about £2,500 more upfront. But if we go into the stats here and we just go over to car details, you can see it's pretty much the same. It really is just the interior spec that is different. Now, if we go ahead and compare these prices to the likes of, let's say, the Tesla Model Y. So if we go ahead and type that in, Tesla Model Y, what you'll see that comes up is the kind of minimum price, if we change this to lowest monthly cost, is actually £485 a month, but it is with 6,100 up front. So if you're looking at a Tesla Model Y and you're thinking, what are some great alternatives? Well, the Kia EV6 might be the first one on your list. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video, guys. I'd love it if you would hit that like and subscribe button, and maybe let me know what deals you would like to see next, be it electric cars, petrol cars, hot hatchbacks, you know, saloons, coupes. I love everything, so do let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next, and I will see you all next time.